What will 12 gauge from hell do to a block of ballistics gel? Well, today, we find out. By popular request, we finally got some ballistics gel. Today we'll be testing out a 656 grain Fury Foster slug behind 225 grains of Reloader 17. Now this charge gets me about 2,270 feet per second, which is good for 7,500 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Now from my experience with these slugs here, they turn into a grenade when they hit stuff. So it ought to be real interesting to see what it does to that block of gel. So, enough talking, let's get after it. Okay guys, we've got the 12 gauge from hell here. We're gonna go ahead and get loaded up, get our ears on. We're about 10 yards away. Like I said, these slugs, they pretty much break apart on impact, which is no fault to the slug. They're just not designed to be driven this fast. So we're gonna see what kind of damage we can get on that gel. Woo! Man, them things are stout. Well, we hit kind of high, and I could have swore this thing was going to do more damage than that. That is really fascinating. Got a gnarly entrance wound. I can get my finger in that one pretty good. So, I'll get this cut out, and then we'll shoot this thing again with the solids and see what that does. Okay, let's get to operating on this. Flatten out pretty good. And that is not all of the lead. Talk about an interesting result. I am almost willing to bet that those slugs are getting destroyed coming out of that barrel. This is not all of that slug. And I found some evidence right here. This hole is almost identical to the diameter of this flattened out piece of lead. I'm betting this lead is either deforming or melting coming out of that chamber so fast and was hitting this as a solid disc like that. That is crazy. Okay, we're back again with 12 gauge from hell. Not going to waste your time. It's a 726 grain solid. Pretty sure it's going to go through. Yeah, I'd say she went through. So, as you can see, that was properly violent. We did get full pass through, as you probably guessed, but before we get to the gel, I just want you to appreciate what just took place here. I have never seen a piece of plastic get embedded into a table before. God, that... Don't stand around tables when they're getting shot at, kids. Anyway, as you can see, we did get a complete pass-through. My first shot was really high. I compensated a little too much, it hit extremely low. My sight's probably off a little bit, but that's not the type of gun that I'm going to shoot off the bench anytime soon. So, here's the entrance wound. Entrance wound from the previous slug. Pretty dang big hole. And the wound track is pretty impressive for being a solid. Oh man, we've got plastic embedded into the gel. Oh man. The things I get myself into. Now the question is, do we shoot it again? Are we gonna shoot it again? Of course we're gonna shoot it again. Whew. Finally managed to hit it to where you could see the entire wind channel. And look at that. It is like a sound wave the way it goes up and down like that. Widened out towards the end. Got a tiny little exit hole down here. Yeah, that is gorgeous. And our entrance hole, that's a little bit smaller than the diameter of my pinky. Very cool stuff. This block's gonna need some cleaning up. Okay guys, we're back at the house. We got the block cleaned up, and here is a good look at the permanent wound cavities. Of course, this is from the solids. This is from the Foster slug. Now, even though the Foster slug was pretty much destroyed as soon as it left the muzzle, we still have about 3 inches at the widest point for that permanent wound cavity. Now, it only penetrated about 8 inches into the block. That's not very impressive. Now, I did weigh what I recovered from this, and it only weighed 252 grains. Now, originally they weighed 656 grains, and I found virtually no lead fragments left in this block, which is telling me those slugs were pretty much just destroyed as soon as it left the muzzle. Which is no big deal. I don't have any use for those kind of slugs anyway. I just kind of wanted to show you guys a good amount of energy transfer, but unfortunately, this is what happened. Now, this is a surprise to me, as much as it is, I'm sure, to you, but things happen like this when you have a very soft alloy that is not rated for any of what you're doing. But here you go again. Here's the third shot we took with the solid, and it has a nice, beautiful, consistent channel all the way through. And again, I'm pretty impressed with the channel that it left in this block. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was actually a lot of fun for me to do and very educational. I always knew those slugs were breaking apart, but I never realized they were actually breaking apart before they made it to the target. Now again, that's no fault to the slug. It's just the alloy that they're made out of isn't meant for anything like I'm doing. So the fact that they actually held together at all is pretty remarkable. Now, originally I was going to release a video out today called The Gauntlet, and that was going to feature a 450 Bushmaster, a 12 gauge, a 10 gauge, a 458 lot, and the 12 gauge from Hell. But the gel got here today, and a lot of people have been asking for it, so I thought I'd oblige. If you guys liked today's video and you want to see more content like this, I left a couple of links down in the description that will allow you to contribute to this channel and help us grow as a community. All the donations will go directly back into this channel and help us grow and get better equipment so I can produce better content for you guys. So if that's something you guys would be willing to do, the links are down in the description and I would greatly appreciate it. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you later.